So I just wanted to kind of show you a little bit of what I'm doing and how crazy it was sort of getting. I mean, honestly, I threw away a ton of stuff before I even thought about filming. There was all, I mean, string cheese from months ago. I think I found like a cream cheese that was in one of the drawers that was like a year old. A guacamole, an unopened guacamole that was like tucked away. It was like a year expired. It was embarrassing. I'm clearly not wearing any makeup right now because I just wanted to kind of like go ahead and get into it, and I didn't want to do my makeup to clean out my refrigerator. But anyway, I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I'm doing today. I am going through, and we're also doing like getting rid of clothes that we can't wear anymore. Obviously Alex is, he's 4, so he can't wear 18-month-old pants anymore. So we have no reason to have them. So anyway, yeah, I was just going to show you a little bit of that. And I do have something to share with you later on this, and the reason that I actually pulled out my camera and wanted to just show you me cleaning out my refrigerator. I promise it wasn't that I thought cleaning out my refrigerator was so exciting. So, okay, I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm going to go put on some makeup, okay? Okay guys, so I cleaned my refrigerator out and I put some makeup on because I saw myself in that camera and it was not pretty. But anyway, so while I was cleaning out my refrigerator, I just sort of had this thought. I was thinking about James 1:21 that tells us to get rid of all filth in our lives. And so I did not have it on the schedule to vlog about it, I promised. What actually got me cleaning it out was because we had really been eating a lot of junk food lately. I mean, like just tons of pizza and, burgers and stuff like that, just going to Wendy's, and the kids were having macaroni and cheese and just really just junk. I mean, just not eating healthy. And we both were not feeling just great in terms of eating well. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna pull out all the stuff that's, because a lot of times, like, when you put good stuff in there, like you can't even find the good stuff because you've got so much crap in there that you kind of lose all the good stuff that you put in there. And so then you don't use it and that gets wasted and that goes bad. And so on and so on. So I just decided we're going to start from scratch and I'm going to pull all this junk out and go through it and throw a bunch of stuff away. And then I'm going to start fresh and put some fruits and vegetables and all that stuff and have it be where I can actually like see it, And I think we have this habit as Christians of sort of, we put like sins in sort of a box, we put sins in this little box of like, okay, these are big sins, and then, well, these are little sins over here. And so, it's okay if we have like little sin. We're just like everybody else, we're just imperfect, and we just, we're all flawed, and we just, have the things that we have to work on, but we don't really make a big deal out of them, but we sure do make big deals out of other things that other people do. And I think we tend to think about things like sexual immorality, which obviously is a big one that the Bible talks about. We think about things like murder. We think about things like lust, like, all of these other things that the word does talk about. And yes, they are sinful. Yes, they are wickedness. Yes, they are filth according to the scripture. But what about other things that we do, like jealousy, like greed, like resentment, like anger towards our neighbor and being bitter towards them? I mean, what about those things? Because you know what? The word says that sin breeds sin. And so when those things stay in our heart, it's just like when things stay in the refrigerator and you just push them back and just kind of let them stay there because you don't want to deal with them, or you don't think that you really need to deal with them. And then they go bad. That's what happens in our own heart. When we start pushing that stuff back in our own heart and thinking that it's not a big deal, or it's not big enough, or important enough, or wicked enough, to deal with, then that stuff starts breeding hatred. That's what happens there. And so we really can't just ignore things. We have to acknowledge things in our own lives. And it's a lot easier to look at other people's lives and think that they're doing something bad or wrong, because maybe that's not the sin that we deal with. But the stuff that we are dealing with, we need to be looking at it, recognizing it, and asking God to transform us, and to not just kind of, give ourselves an excuse for why we should be able to hold on to them, or why they're not big enough to God. Because anything that sets us apart from God, anything that's missing the mark on righteousness, is sin in our lives. And so James 1, and I'm actually going to start at the verse 19 and go through 21, but it says this: "This you know, my beloved brethren, but everyone must be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. For the anger of man does not achieve the righteousness of God." Here's 21. "Therefore, putting aside all filthiness and all that remains of wickedness, in humility receive the word implanted, which is able to save your souls." And so I love that. It says to not only just get rid of all filthiness, but all that remains of wickedness. So it's telling us right there, look, anything at all that's remaining in your heart. Don't just look at the big stuff that you think is a big deal. It's looking at even those things that we might view as smaller or not a big of a deal, or like, the little white lies, like we call them. And of course, the word says that his mercy is new every single morning. And I believe that. And so I don't think that we need to be constantly beating ourselves up about everything that we're doing. But I do think that we need to have a heart of repentance. We need to have a heart where we're constantly coming to the Lord and saying, I need you to transform me. Just as you said, to look at my own heart instead of focusing on everybody else. Because that's where I believe that great things are going to happen in the world. They're going to happen in our own lives, and they're going to happen in the world around us, in the lives of our neighbors, in the lives of our friends, in the lives of our family members, because they're going to see they're really just focused on our own selves becoming more Christ-like, and our own need to be like Christ. And so I would love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your stories. You can comment below. And of course, give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, because we do put out videos every single week, and we love doing this. So again, I'd love to hear from you. And if there's a topic that you'd love for us to cover, or you have a question that you'd maybe like for us to do a video on, let me know. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.